There was a time when vacation meant families packing kids and sleeping bags into the station wagon and heading to a national park. Drive lightly traveled roads, pull into an open campsite, and have a natural wonder at your feet. Times have changed. Today, national parks are more crowded than ever, and solitude is increasingly rare. But among the landmarks of the national parks are hidden jewels. These less publicized corners still offer an uncluttered experience. A chance to connect to unique pages of natural and human history. Join us as we take the road less traveled that leads to national monuments, to historic sites, and smaller parks that allow us to travel in time. A time when a visitor walked a quieter path. A time and a place where each of us can still venture beyond the crowds.
I'm Kelly Carroll. I'm a park ranger for Great Basin National Park. One of the things I always am fascinated about being here in Great Basin National Park is in this little geographic area that represents such a large geographic area that the park is here to represent the 200,000 square miles of the Great Basin. But inside this national park, you have some wonderful things. The tallest mountain, the oldest trees with the ancient bristlecone pine trees. Some of the most decorated caves in the world in Lieben Caves, and some of the darkest night skies you'll find in the United States. And if you're going down I-15 and you decide to come west instead of going east, what you're going to find is a completely different landscape. You're going to be in the basin and range geology. You're going to be in a completely different desert with completely different ecosystems. You're going to find these sky islands of all these mountains here outside in the Great Basin. It's going to be completely different than what you thought you were going to be getting into. Another thing that people love about this national park, it's reminiscent of coming to national parks in the 1950s, where there wasn't such a high visitation rate. Here in Great Basin National Park, on the busiest of holidays, you can still find places in this park for solitude, for solo hiking, for solo camping. It is one place that you can really come to get away from it all.
Hi, I'm Steve Moore. I'm an interpretive ranger here at Great Basin National Park. This park actually has meant something to me for a very, very long time. I came on my first cave tour at Lehman Caves National Monument in 1970. That's 45 years ago. To get hired here as a seasonal interpretive ranger, it has just added a whole new dimension to my life. This place, with all of its wonders, including the bristlecones, is just a part of my personal being. Bristlecone pines, first off, are best known for the fact that they are the oldest known living trees in the world. This is where they are especially adapted to be able to survive extremely difficult winters, high winds that can reach 100 miles an hour sometimes, bitter temperatures that can go as least to 30 degrees below zero on occasion, drought and heavy snow years, and on top of that, living in a moraine, a rock pile, essentially. So the fact that they live here at all under these circumstances is dramatic enough. The fact that they are the oldest living trees in the world is what's astonishing. They range anywhere easily from the young sprouts that look like they may be a year old, and they may be easily 40 to 50 years old, up to some of the gnarled ancients here that, for all we know, could exceed 4,000 years. They're also fantastic trees for research, and some of the research has contributed to a better knowledge of not only the geological landscape here. The bristlecones and other trees, using the science of dendrochronology, has led to a greater understanding of human history. The importance of this grove, probably more than the other groves in this national park, is that it's the most easily reached. Getting here is not hard for the average hiker, and the fact that we have 3,000 to 4,000 year old trees right here in this immediate grove just adds to that quality